Hi, this is Doug Ferber from Tieline. We're at the NAB 2022, and we're here with the president of MaxxKonnect, Josh Bohn. How you doing, Josh?
Doing well, Doug. Good to see you.
Good to be seen by you. Tell us about MaxxKonnect and the services that you offer.
MaxxKonnect Wireless is prioritized LTE. We've got service available on all three carriers in North America. We've got service in Canada and Mexico. It's got a public static IP address. It's usable in pretty much any device that you can put a SIM into. We can get one of our routers, or you can use it in a Tieline module. You could use it, which means it's available in a VIA or any of the other portable Tieline devices, or you could put it in a phone and use it specifically for Report It. As long as you have the ability to change the APN over to one of our specific APNs, then you can use it in almost any device.
Okay, and what is it going to do to improve the quality of the audio that we deliver?
Well, in a crowded environment, say you're at a major sporting event or something like that, that gives you, our priority on the network gives you the ability to cut through the bandwidth congestion. So if you've ever done a remote from a football game or tried to get on your cell phone and get on Facebook at a football game or a baseball game where you've got 10,000 people all trying to hit the cell network, it just won't get out. The MaxxKonnect SIM will. That's part of the joy of the priority service out there. So it'll give you the ability to connect your broadcast when nobody else can get out and actually get their broadcast out there.
Interesting. So who's using it now? What stadiums do you know of that might be using this already?
Oh, we've got multiple NFL customers. We've got Major League Baseball customers. A lot of the major radio groups are using it. It's proliferated into every aspect of the broadcast community at this point. We've got over 1,000 devices out there, and it's diversified between all the way from high school football broadcasters up to Major League Baseball, NFL, hockey teams. It's just, the uses are almost endless for somewhere that you need reliable connectivity.
Earlier today you mentioned that you use a dual SIM smartphone.
Yes.
How could that improve the use of Report It for our customers?
Well, if you've got a sideline reporter or someone that's using Report It as a sideline mic, if they had a dual SIM phone, they'd be able to put their main phone SIM in the first SIM so they could still make phone calls and do things like that. And then if they had their MaxxKonnect SIM in the secondary slot just for use for data, then they have that set as their data SIM. Report It would then be able to connect out through that back to their VIA or back to the studio, and that would give them the priority on that SIM to still be able to get their data connectivity so they could use Report It and do their broadcast, but still have the ability to make phone calls using their primary SIM.
So this is a completely separate service from AT&T and Verizon and all the other carriers, correct?
We use AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile's networks, but the service, you can't get it directly from them. You have to get it from us because we've got contracts in place with all three carriers that give us the priority. Because we've had customers call and say, I've got a bulk deal with Verizon, can I just add it to that? No, you can't, because customers can't get this on their own. They've got to get it from us, because I spent 2.5 years of my life negotiating these deals so that we could bring this to the broadcast community, because we simplify your experience with getting cellular data. You don't have to deal with the bureaucracy of AT&T and Verizon and get shuffled to this person, and then, if you have a problem with your broadcast and your VIA won't connect or whatever, you call AT&T or Verizon, you tell them, hey, my Tieline won't connect. They go, what's a Tieline? What is it? That's not a phone. We don't want to help you. Or they just don't know what you're talking about. You call us, we're broadcasters and broadcast engineers. We know the equipment that you're using. We can say, oh yeah, you have to navigate to this screen, check the APN, we can check the jitter, we can check the bit rate you're set at, whatever your codec is set up as, and make a suggestion based on the conditions that we can see from the back end on the network to adjust for the maximum reliability for your broadcast. We understand that because we do the same thing that our customers do, and that's something that you can't get from any of the cell carriers.
Can you give us a couple of other use cases of some of the notable broadcasters in the United States or internationally that might be using your services?
We've got Odyssey has a bunch of them. We've got a couple of professional football teams that I don't want to mention because I don't want to breach any agreements. Odyssey uses it, Radio 1 uses it in every market. We've got.
How are they using it?
They're using it for remotes. They use it for, like one of the groups has our static IPs whitelisted in their corporate firewall, and then they have a MaxxKonnect device that goes out for all their remotes. So therefore, the only IP addresses that can get in are their MaxxKonnect devices. So that keeps your codecs from being hacked or tied up by spam bots or hacker bots or whatever, and it allows you to eliminate costly and oftentimes unreliable DSL or cable connections that a lot of broadcasters keep at their studios solely as a way to connect their codec so that it's on an island away from their corporate network to help eliminate intrusion. Also, transmitter sites. If you need connectivity at your transmitter site to be able to get to your remote control or your transmitter or send audio into your codec, you've got to have a static IP to be able to do that. We provide that static IP. You can open ports, you can VPN, connect to it. It keeps all of that very simple because of that public static IP address.
Is there anything else that the ladies and gentlemen out there in broadcast technology land need to know about MaxxKonnect?
We've got a new solution that we're working on it's another wireless solution that will give you the ability, once we have it, it'll give you the ability to run full-time audio without having to worry about overage costs, and it won't rely solely on LTE. So we're excited about that because that will enable you to be able to use SmartStream with a Tieline device over two diverse paths and not have to worry about overage charges on your primary path.
Or just general bandwidth costs. So.
Absolutely, yeah. That's always been a concern with a metered cellular connection, is you have to either adjust your algorithm down or figure out a way to try to fail over without significantly going off the air. This gives you the ability to run, it'll give you the ability to run our new product as your full-time solution, and the LTE product would be a great option for failover, so it gives you full wireless redundancy at a transmitter site that could be running on solar. It could be completely off the grid at that point. So yeah.
So the all-you-can-eat bandwidth buffet.
Absolutely. That's what we're all about.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. On a separate note, and one that I'm really excited about because I am the Vice President of Sales for the Americas for Tieline, is that Josh is joining us as one of our dealers. So welcome to the Tieline team, Josh. Tell us, what that means to you, to MaxxKonnect.
We've been working unofficially with Tieline for years. I've got Tieline codecs in my radio station. We've used them in our studios for years. A lot of my key customers have them as STLs, remote broadcast devices, all kinds of stuff. So we're thrilled to actually be able to officially offer the Tieline product and add it to our line. I know Joe Myers, my sales manager, has been actively talking to a few customers about some major projects that may use Gateway. So we're looking forward to really ramping this up.
So the best bandwidth with the best remote codecs on the market.
Absolutely.
All right. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you, sir.
Doug Ferber with Josh Bohn, President of MaxxKonnect, here at NAB 2022.